Grade 12 Business Studies. Fourth chapter is planning. We are going to discuss about planning. What's the meaning of planning? Planning is the first function of management. This function precedes all other functions of management. Planning function decide how the goals will be achieved. Every organization, whether it is government or private, whether it is large scale or small scale, whether it is economic or non-economic, etc., required to plan. Every business organizations dreams to achieve higher profits, and to achieve this, managers have to work very hard and think how these targets would be achieved. This thinking process is known as planning. So now you can understand better each and every single words we are going to discuss now. What is the meaning of planning? Planning is the first function of management. Yes, it is the first function of management. What are the functions of management? First of all, that 5 functions: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. These 5 are functions of management. So planning is the first function. These functions this function precedes all other functions of management. To compare with all other functions of management, this function is primary one. Without planning, nothing we are going to execute. So planning, after planning only, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling will come. So this function precedes all other functions of management. Planning function decides how the goals will be achieved, how we are going to achieve the goal, and what way we have to follow, and what is the shortest way, and which is the cost consuming way, where cost will be reduced and profit will be maximized. So that kind of way we will take to achieve our target, isn't it? So how the goals will be achieved? Every organization, not only profit organization, even service or motive organization also, they have to plan better to increase their services, whether it is government or private. Government organization also having some planning committee like 5-year plans, annual plans, so even monthly plan also, and large or smaller scale, that tiny industries, smallest industries, and micro and medium small scale industries, and even large scale industries, whatever the organization it is, all the organization must have to plan to achieve their target, economic or non-economic, whether it is service motive organization or profit motive organizations, but they have to plan to do their activities better. Requires to plan. Every business organization's dreams to be achieve higher profits. See that whatever the organization it is, their motive will be profit, except non-economic, which means some organization will work it out only for service motive, that is not for profit organization. Except that all the organizations, they are starting the business only for the aim to achieve ultimate profit, isn't it? They wanted to make high profit, and to achieve this, definitely the manager have to work very hard to achieve the higher range of profit, and he have to think lot to achieve his target. How we can achieve this target, what kind of plans we can execute, how we can compete in the market, how we are overcoming the competition in the market, how we are going to give new technology in the market, how we are going to make the people addict in our product. So he have to think everything, and the thinking process is known as planning. So they may ask in one word question, what is the meaning of planning? Planning is a process, it's a kind of thinking process to whatever the organization it is, whatever the activity it is. Even you students, you are going to write public board examination, so for that you have to plan now itself. So how we are going to score marks, what is our targeted mark, what is our actual performance now, how we can score that mark, and what are the remedies we have to take, and how we can eliminate our drawbacks and struggles. You have to think about it before. So that is the planning, isn't it? எதுவாக இருந்தாலும் பிளான் பண்ணி பண்ணணும். Likewise, planning is very important. Meaning and definition of planning. Meaning of planning. Planning is the process of thinking before doing. So planning is the process, and we have to think before to do any activities. So perfectly planned activity is equal to half success. By chance, if he fails to plan any activities, if we are implementing an action, it leads to failure only. So perfectly planned activity is equal to half success. Planning bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to be. What is our current performance, current status, and with the help of planning, we can attain our future. For example, you are in Polani, that is where you are at present. Where you want to go, if you wanted to go for Dindikal, that is you wanted to go, isn't it? So where you are, where you wanted to go, but you have to plan what kind of travels we can take, whether by train or by bus or by bike. So that is your part, isn't it? At the same time, in your life, where you are as a student at present, and where you want to go, what is your aim, ambition in the future, whether you are going to become an IAS or a businessman or chartered accountant, that is depends upon your aim. So between where you are and where you want to be or where you want to go, you have to do planning. That will be the bridges from where you are and where you want to be. I hope you understand. By chance, if you did not plan your life, you cannot attain your planned target. So planning is that much very important in our life. Each and every activity in your life, if you do plan, after that if you implement, that leads to great success. Without planning, if you do any activities, that leads to failure only. So planning consists of deciding advance what is to be done, how is to be done, where is to be done, when is to be done, by whom is to be done. So these all are being a part of planning. How we are going to do, and what we are going to do first ever, and how we are going to do it, and where we are going to do, and when we are going to do, and who is the right person to do it. So these all are the components of planning. According to Guns and O'Donnell, planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who is to do it. Planning bridges the gap from where we are to where we want to go. So this is the definition which was given by Kunz and O'Donnell.